It's cute.
Yep. Now here you go. This is where you make the choice. Yeah.
It's an interesting thing. I was terrified of most things. Santa Claus, Disneyland, like the depths of hell for me.
Wow.
Well, because who's in the suits? I want to know who's in those suits.
So you pull the record player out of the box with a pizza that's on it and it's spinning.
Like, and it's a pepperoni.
Oh my goodness! You lie!
You suck! How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? My gosh, there is so much wood.
And you're married to John Krasinski.
I am.
Everybody knows that, and that sounds like a great marriage.
Deal? Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pretty good deal. Because he seems like a nice guy.
He's the worst. You know, we've always sort of been protective of each other's projects, and in this case, he got sent the script, and I had just had our second child, like literally just had our second child, silently. And then he told me that the other night, his last line, and it's like the pinnacle of the play, it's a really intense scene, he turns to Hank Azaria and he says a line like, I think his line is, "Then they would be wrong." And he really says it. And then he heard someone in the crowd go, "See, what does that even mean?"
Are you a good person to bounce ideas off? Well, he's...
I mean, I thought I was. And then he, like, informed me that I had, like, a resting bitch face. Wasn't aware that that was a thing. I understand it was a hashtag or something, but
so he was there. Your husband, John Krasinski...
John was there.
Was there with you.
John said, and I said, "John, did you enjoy the whole ceremony?" And he said, "I did. I was doing the best I could not to stand next to McConaughey in that courtroom and go, 'I'll rise, I'll rise, I'll rise.'" Oh my God. How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if, like, a woodchuck should chuck wood? No. He pitched me the idea, and I said, "You know who'd be great for that is so-and-so." And then I read the script, and I was like, "You need to fire her."
Because John's directing.
Yes.
So how is it having hubby as boss man?
Oh, I'm always the boss.
Tell me about your, you have a 9-month-old little girl. What's your little girl's name?
Hazel.
Oh, Hazel.
We kind of like old lady names.
Now, I don't think of it as an old lady name, but my aunt, my mother's sister, is named Hazel.
You have to say that.
Who is Joe Montana?
He was a baseball player.
I think that's close enough. He's a football player. That's absolutely right. Congratulations.
Yesterday, and I went to the kitchen to make her some lunch, and I came back to discover Hazel just dragging Violet off her playmat. Just gently sort of just dragging her.
Pulling a baby,
and Violet looked a bit wide-eyed, you know.
Yeah.
And I just said, "Oh, Hazel, I don't think we want to do that." And she goes, "I just want to get her in a better spot."
Spectacular.
They're amazing, aren't they?
They are.
I know. We lucked out. We really did. They're such deep souls. They're awesome.
Yeah, they are.
Wasn't it funny watching the clip, how we were all like...
Well, the silence makes it that much more intense.
Yes.
It's also the only pleasant scene in the film, so it's nice that they're showing. Hazel had my accent for a really long time and would say things like water, which I was really proud of. And then the other day she goes, "Can I have some water?" And I went, "It's water." And she was like, "No, it's water."
But I have to ask you about something else at the start. I hear you have a very odd phobia.
I have many, so I don't really know which one. Is it the Disneyland?
It is the Disneyland, since we are owned by Disney, so be careful.
I'm pretty much owned by Disney at this point.
All right, so you already did one. Oh, God.
What do they call them when you go to your doctor when you're pregnant? I'm no pediatrician. I'm no obstetrician. I'm no obstetrician. But I'm wondering...
It would be amazing if you were.
Would it?
Like on the side.
Yeah. In addition, I'm not only a talk show host.
I'm an OBGYN.
I'm an obstetrician.
Is it weird? I would imagine for the birthing scene.
Yeah.
Like, it must be very hard for the man who was in the room when you actually gave 2 children to give you direction. Did he
2 children to him.
Yeah.
Yes.
does he just sort of let you use your own instincts?
Honestly, I think if he'd had one note, I would have been like, shut up. All right, you don't know. You know.
Getting sworn in with Matthew McConaughey looking on makes you like a double American.
Double American. And actually, as I was getting sworn in, I was like this, and I could see him in my peripheral going, like, as he's hearing the things I had to do, things like renouncing my queen.
Oh, you had to renounce your queen, yeah.
Which is horrible.
Yeah, I guess so.
Queen Elizabeth was just like...
How do you do it?
I had to call Rob Marshall, our director, about 2 weeks before we started rehearsing, and I said, I have something to tell you.
Yeah.
He said, you're having a baby, for a joke. And I went, yes, Rob, I am, you know. But the thing that's weird is that I do get to keep both my British citizenship and this, but you have to renounce her, but it's kind of typically American, not to be rude. But I had to renounce her in the room, but I don't actually technically renounce her, but it was like, they were like, just say it, you don't have to mean it, but just...
And what about that Meryl Streep, for God's sake?
She's so amazing, it's annoying at this
point.
Before the test on American history and the Constitution, they do like a background check test where they ask me things like, are you a habitual drunkard? And I said, well, I was last night. And my lawyer was in the room and he was like, it's just messed up and you guys are sick. It is, I almost feel I can't say this having daughters. It is a My Little Pony with a syringe stuck in it. Who watches that?
What does DQ stand for?
Someone's motioning something sexual to me over there. He was like this.
Interesting. You got a little bit more of your British accent on that one. A little mustard, as you say.
If I sound like you, I have a problem.
Have they seen you on film, and how do they react when they see you?
My daughters, in general, loathe to see me on screen. In general, you know. I know when I was doing Mary Poppins, I'd even FaceTime my daughter, and she'd be like, take that silly old Mary Poppins wig off. She was like, I like your blonde hair.
Can you take us back to the beginning with John? What was your first date like?
Oh my gosh.
This is your 3rd film with Meryl Streep, Devil Wears Prada.
It's like, get your own movie. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I thank you for saying that because...
So you're singing stuff, and had you sung on film before?
I had not sung on film. I had sung in the shower by myself, so unless you've showered with me, you wouldn't know that I would sing. It's a long list.
Is she excited about having a new baby in the house?
Excited about a new baby. She quite likes being top dog at the moment, I think.
She does, yeah.
I broached it with her, and the first response when I said, you know, Hazel, there's a baby in there. You're going to be a big sister. She looked at me and she went, nope. And she said, damn, your baby is so cute. And I went, oh, thank you. She went, damn, she's awesome. She's so cute. And I went, Mabel, I think you say that to everyone. And she went, no, I don't. She went, when I know a baby ugly, I say, you had a baby. I was not yet at the point where my body was just really embarrassing to my child. You know how when you become a teenager and you see your parents naked, you're like, ah! Like, it's like the worst thing in the world. And so I got into the bath with her, and she looked at me and she goes, whoa, mama, big. Like,
how long were you there?
It was fab. We went for a week. It was with John's whole family.
Isn't that a large family, right?
Well, like large not in number, in sheer dimension. They're just massive people. Like, they're just... Charlize's son was on set a lot, and he was obsessed. He's obsessed with Frozen, so he really thought I was Elsa.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah.
And did you dissuade him from that?
No. And then he got really disappointed because he saw me in my sweatpants one day with the white hair on, and he just looked at me and he goes, put on your dress.